That's how I do things around here. I don't really do things properly, do I? I mean, I cut a bike in half. What do you expect? So, welcome back to another daily upload. I say daily, I don't do daily over here. Right, what have I done today? I'll show you lot. I've got the socket set out, and I've got a brand new tool with some brand new accessories. I've got the Parkside Impact driver. It's got my Parkside battery in it. I paid 25 quid for this thing. And the socket adapters, I've got a 1.4, a 1.2 and a 3.8. As you can see there, Milwaukee. Now, what I've done is, in the last video, we obviously oiled up that engine. So the engine is now put back together. As you can see there, put that all back together today, oiled up all the bolts. So all I need to do now is get the back wheel on it, fuel tank, and then that'll be done. That'll be it for that bike. I won't be doing no more to it. I just wanted to oil it up a bit because it was looking a bit dry in the engine, so a bit of oil never hurt no one, did it? And if you didn't see one of my previous videos, we actually cut this bike in half because we're going to extend it and make it the world's first two-seater bike using that brand there, because the brand that makes them bikes do not currently have a two-seater that you can buy. So that's where I come into play, because I'm going to make that a two-seater. But the problems that we've got is I don't know if that engine runs, works, whatever. I ain't got a clue. And I also want to get a different backing for it. I want a different backing frame. Ideally, I want something that can hold a bigger engine, because I want to put a bigger engine on it. There's the other part, and I need them brackets off the back. So we're going to try and get them brackets off today, and also get the engine out. So I can get the engine out, we'll be on to a winner. Like the other engine, take these bolts out all the way around. I've got my rotatory tool as well, just to clear up any rust or dirt that's in there. So I've got an 8mm socket, a 1.4 adapter, 8mm socket on there. Put that in there. Put it on number 4 if you want it max torque. First one out of the scrap bike. The first bolt out of the scrap bike. There's one engine off. Compare that to what it looks like last video with the main bike. That is a lot worse, a hell of a lot worse. We need to test that engine as well, because when I brought this scrap bike and that bike that sits just there, the guy said he don't know if this engine works, but then the kid who was there said the engine does work. So it's a bit of a 50-50 really. I've just been going around with my rotatory tool, getting rid of some of the rust. Rotatory tool, I guess that's what you call it, if not a multi-tool. The engine's still, that part's still in. All the engine is obviously over there, because I'm cleaning it. I did try and get my cousin down here to come and help me out with this one, because while I'm doing that, he could be out here doing this, but he's not available today, so it is what it is. There is a full video coming on that very soon. This, I don't even know what I was saying about it. Yeah, I think the fuel tank just needs to go on that. The cap for the carburetor, and obviously the back wheel chain and all that malarkey, and that's completed, that's done. I won't be touching that no more. Full video coming on that, like I just said. Obviously you've seen what I've done here today. I've took the engine off and gave it a little bit of a spruce up with my rotatory tool. Next thing that I'll be doing is a little bit more work on the Honda, because I haven't touched that since Christmas Day. As you can see by all the mud. I also crashed the Honda as well, but I'll get into that story. So pretty much on Christmas Day, I had a great idea because my nan, granddad and auntie came over for obviously Christmas lunch, and my auntie and my nan have never seen the Honda before, and they were talking about getting my little brother a electric bike, and then they started getting into like motorbikes and what you need for them and all that. So I obviously jumped on the conversation. So I brought the Honda up to the house. My granddad was outside having a cigar, and I showed him the Honda because the kickstart needs adjusting, just a little bit, but there's a lot that needs adjusting on that bike, to be honest. But anyway, I started it up, came back down to the shed, started here, and then went back up to the house, which I'm looking at currently, but I won't show you lot because not you know where I live. But yeah, there's a Christmas tree up there. In fact, let's go walk up there, shall we? So I was coming all the way along here. As you can see, with all the mud, there's a little line of mud, right, especially here as well. This Christmas tree right here, and the tyre tracks on the patio, and there was a bin right here. So what I did, point the camera like that, but what I did was come down here, probably at, I don't know, 20 odd mile an hour, and obviously me being me, I thought I'd try and pop a wheelie to show my granddad that I can do wheelies on it, because he reckons I couldn't do wheelies on it. So I popped a wheelie, probably about halfway up the garden. Ended up, I'll show you this as well, I ended up taking out a bush right here. That bush now lays on the floor, and it's got a massive gap in between the bushes. So I popped the wheelie, went through that, and then as I was popping the wheelie, when I was sitting on it, I slipped, and my hand was just holding down the throttle, and I couldn't push the throttle up, and I couldn't reach the brakes. So obviously I'm in the air, the bike's like that ish. I held the wheelie for a couple of seconds while I'm going 20 miles an hour. I ended up crashing into the Christmas tree and the bin, and the bin went flying. It was a good laugh out of it. The Honda ain't damaged at all, and obviously it went to the floor, and it's still revving out on the floor because the throttle got stuck on. I don't know how. And the handlebar's also twisted, so you can imagine, right, I'm trying to pick up a bike that already weighs enough, and I've got it over revving, and it's on the floor. The back wheel's still going round, probably at, I don't know, 15-20 miles an hour still. And then it went. I picked it up. The back brake was holding. It was stopping it a little, but it was still going woof. Emergency stop cable. I don't know what's wrong with that, because it don't always cut out. You have to hold it for about 10 seconds before it cuts out. So I was holding it, and by the time them 10 seconds were ended, I was by my back door, and there's probably about 50 meters between the Christmas tree and where I crashed to that back door. So yeah, it could have ended badly if I didn't do it properly, but I guess that's how I do things around here. I don't really do things properly, do I? I mean, I cut a bike in half. What do you expect? But anyway, that happened. The Honda's fine. It sits normally where it is. Just there, look. There's the Honda. But I'll see you in the next video. If you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe, because all of that helps me out massively. So I will see you lot in the next one. Bye bye for now.